Good morning all. Let us start the session. In our previous class, just we have started how a full wave rectifier is going to be operated whenever it is applicable to a drive. Just see the picture. So with this, I will explain the fundamental equations for you. Then only we will go for the derivations and etc. It is the basic full wave control rectifier and it is applied to DC motor. That means, first of all, you have to know the basic fundamental expressions for DC motor. So please, all of you note down the expressions. That is, first one is EB is equal to back EMF. You have two formulas for EB. First one is EB is equal to V minus IA and RA. Actually, for our DC motors, here V is nothing but terminal voltage. But whenever you are applying for a rectifier, this V becomes VA. That is nothing but V naught. V naught or VA, both are same. And another formula for same back EMF is with respect to speed. EB is equal to Km, that is mechanical constant, and speed of the corresponding motor. So please note down the fundamental expressions for back EMF. You have two formulas. A doubt must be arised, ma'am, initially why we are considering the back EMF. What is the reason behind this is, for in our power electronics, we are very familiar and we know that for a controlled rectifier, the initial thing is you have to calculate the average voltage or the output voltage. So here the average voltage is nothing but VA. So in order to calculate VA, first of all, we have to go for EB. From this expression only, you have to calculate EB. And listen one thing, in these topics, that is especially rectifiers for DC drives, you have to calculate only two parameters is enough. That is, one is torque and second one is speed. There is no direct formulas for this torque or speed. From the fundamental expressions only, you have to calculate how the torque is going to be existed and how the speed is going to be existed. And the torque formula is torque is equal to, note on the another formula. Actually, you know that torque is directly proportional to armature current. So T is directly proportional to IA. Here I am avoiding directly proportionality. So that's why we are using a constant and that is belongs to motor. That's why Km, right? And next, from this expression, please write the equation for VA. Why? Because the rectifier you have to calculate VA or V naught. So V naught is equal to, that is nothing but VA, that is equal to, can you say the expression for VA from this equation? From equation 1. Can you say the expression for V naught or VA? What happens to this? All of you please respond. EB plus IA and RA. Actually, our motto is not to calculate just output voltage. From this output voltage, you have to calculate speed also. So substitute the back EMF formula here. That is Km into omega M. Km into omega M plus IA and RA. Please tell me, from this expression, can we able to determine the expression for speed? Is there any possibility for that? Anyone, please respond. You know that VA is equal to some expression. From this expression, is there any possibility is there to calculate speed? Is there any possibility or not? Say loudly. Is my voice is clearly audible to you? or any other disturbance is coming to you? All of you please respond. Is my voice is clearly audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So please respond. I am saying it is the expression we are getting. So from this expression, is there any possibility is there to write the expression for omega m? What happens to this expression? VA minus IA RA by
Yes,
Km.
ma'am.
Is it right or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the fundamental equations which are required for our rectifiers for DC drives. Please note down these expressions. Why? Because with the help of these expressions only, you are going to calculate the output voltage and torque and speed. From these expressions only, you have to draw the characteristics of speed versus torque. Okay? Can we move on for our topic?
Move on, ma'am.
Right. So actually in our previous classes, we have discussed the full wave rectifier for DC motor drive operation and corresponding waveforms. Just we have, please wait, I will avoid this. I will avoid all the annotations for you. So our next thing is just see the waveforms. Actually we have discussed. This is continuous mode, discontinuous mode and continuous mode. And continuous mode also less than 90 and more than 90. Now we are moving for steady state analysis. In the last class, I think so, our class is stopped here. Why? Because you don't know the fundamental expressions. That's why we are lagging. And in the last class, I have explained how we are getting VA. Can I explain again or I can move on? How we are getting this expression VA? So listen, here you are getting VA as in your output voltage, it is in the form of two waveforms. It is the combination of sinusoidal and back EMF. The sinusoidal waveform is going to be existed within the time period of alpha to beta, whereas the back EMF waveform is going to be existed in between the time periods beta to pi plus alpha. So whereas average output voltage V0 or VA is equal to our, you have to consider the time period as which particular waveform is repeated number of times. You have to calculate that once. And whenever you are considering that a particular waveform consisting of sinusoidal and a constant waveform is going to be repeated number of times. And whenever you are calculating corresponding time period, it is pi. That's why we are writing 1 by pi. Is there any doubt? So 1 by pi. And sinusoidal means it is almost nearer to the input voltage. That's why we are writing Vm sin omega t and d omega t. You have to do the simplification for this. Next, from beta to pi plus alpha, you have getting a constant waveform and that is represented by back EMF. Remember, always back EMF is constant. So, integral of constant is nothing but omega t. Do the simplification, then you will get the answer like this. Next, from our basic expression that is VA is equal to, EB is equal to V minus IARA, I am writing the expression for IA. Already you know that EB is equal to VA minus IARA from that expression only. And next, if doubt must be arised, how we are getting this expression? Just the equation once. Already you know that the speed is equal to, I am writing the expression, think it once, see it once. VA minus IA RA by Km. All of you please see the screen carefully. Already we know that speed omega m is equal to VA minus IA RA by Km. And here, you know what is VA? VA is already calculated from this above equation 11. Vm by pi into cos alpha minus cos beta plus EB by pi into pi plus alpha minus beta. Actually, again, you know EB. Actually, what is EB? EB is equal to, that means again I'm writing here. You have to substitute all the formulas, you know that. EB is equal to Km into omega m and minus IARA. Actually, IA term is represented with respect to of torque. So please note down another formula, that is torque is equal to Km into IA. So you can represent IA in terms of T by Km. Don't be confused. We have to use these two formulas, omega m, T. And in order to avoid EB, please use the formula of Km into omega m. Do the simplification. Then you will get the answer like this. And in your answer script, you don't write the answer in a single statement. You have to do the derivation also. For your convenience, if you want, I will do the simplification and I will present to you. So up to now, what we have done is just we are calculating the output voltage, that is armature voltage and armature current and speed. Now, the steady state analysis is completed for discontinuous mode. And you have to repeat the same thing for continuous mode also. So our next thing is you are going to do the same analysis, just wait, for continuous mode. I will avoid the annotations for you. See this expression, again you have to calculate V naught, that is nothing but VA. In continuous waveform, you are getting exactly sinusoidal voltage and no constant voltage is going to be present. That's why our time period is alpha to pi plus alpha, next alpha to beta and beta to pi plus alpha, etc. Just simply alpha to pi plus alpha. And whenever you are doing the simplification, you will get the answer 2Vm by pi into cos alpha. Whenever you are just observing this equation, you can clearly say that actually this expression, this means this parameter is derived by ourselves in our power electronics for a full wave rectifier average voltage or DC voltage. That means VA is equal to 2Vm by pi into cos alpha. Actually, what do you know by VA? VA is equal to EB plus IARA. From the motor, you are getting the formula of EB plus IARA. And from the rectifier, you are getting VA as 2Vm by pi into cos alpha. So from this expression, you are going to derive the formula for IA, where IA as VA minus EB by RA. Just wait. IA as VA minus EB by RA from this above expression. Next, again, just wait. Actually, you know that VA is equal to EB plus IARA. Actually, you know what is EB? EB is nothing but Km into omega m. So, just I am replacing EB term. VA is equal to Km omega m into IARA. A dot must be erased. Ma'am, what is the basic reason to replace this EB term? Why? Because from this EB and VA only, you are going to calculate the speed of the motor. That is the basic reason. And you have to write the speed expression in terms of torque. Remember one thing, you have to express at the final stage, we have to express the speed expression in terms of torque. So, and next what we are doing is, we are expressing the speed. Just see the expression. So this equation, speed is equal to VA minus IARA by Km. And finally, you are getting as VA as 2Vm by pi into cos alpha by Km. And IA is nothing but T by Km. So T by Km square into RA. That means finally you have derived the speed expression in terms of torque. By seeing this expression, can we say the torque is positive or negative, or speed is positive or negative? What are the chances are there to get either positive or negative for speed or torque? Can anyone please respond? In the half wave rectifier, by seeing the expression itself, we can clearly say that the torque is positive, the speed is positive, like this. But whenever you are seeing the full wave rectifier, is there any possibility is there directly to say either it is speed or positive, negative, or torque is positive or negative? My question is clear to you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Again, I am saying very slowly. Just see the expression. It is the expression for speed. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. That means actually whenever you are observing the parameters, you are getting the expression as speed is equal to 2 into Vm cos alpha. Vm is maximum voltage by pi into Km. Again, Km is constant and Vm is constant. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Minus cos alpha. Again, alpha is just a variable. You can change according to your requirement. Minus T by Km square. Torque is the variable. You have to check whether it is constant or variable. Just keep it once. Km is motor constant. It is a constant value. And Ra is armature resistance. Here the armature resistance is always a constant value. That means from this expression, clearly we can say that the omega t is directly proportional to t. Is it right or not?
Yes, ma'am.
By varying the torque, speed is going to be changed. Okay. Next,
Yes,
what we have to know is either speed is positive or negative by varying torque. And the second, this is the first task. And the second task is what about the torque? Torque is either positive or negative. Can anyone decide that? Which one is positive and which one is negative?
Rundu, ma'am. Speed torque rundu positive, ma'am.
Okay, right. So just think it once. Torque is equal to Km into Ia, right? Km is constant. I think so for any motor, armature current is always positive. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it right or not?
Yes,
Exactly. Right. So torque is always positive. Do you accept with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, exactly. And okay, one thing is clear. Torque, this is always positive. Next, come to speed. Speed is V naught minus IARA. Just guess the value of speed. It may be positive or negative.
Positive, ma'am.
Positive, ma'am.
Is there any chance to get it as negative?
Copper
No,
loss
Is there any
అనేవి
possibility is there to get the negative speed?
more than ఉండాలి.
Whenever the torque value is more compared to that of the armature voltage, VA. So rectifier output voltage. Then what about with the speed?
అప్పుడు నెగటివ్ అవుతుంది మ్యామ్ కానీ అవ్వదు కదా మ్యామ్.
That means in maximum cases you are getting speed is positive, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But there is a little much possibility to get speed is negative. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
That means overall for this rectifier, we can clearly say that at every condition torque is positive, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And speed is 90%, it may be positive, and there's a small possibilities are there. That means little possibility is there to get negative, right? So from our understandings, just leave this derivation, I will explain. Leave this. From this, we are getting the characteristics like this. Just think it once. X-axis is torque and y-axis is speed. Whenever you are increasing the firing angle gradually, our rectifier is going to be operated from discontinuous conduction mode to continuous conduction mode. Is it right or not? Check the knowledge from which is learned from our power electronics. By increasing the firing angle, our thyristor rectifier is going to be operated from continuous mode to discontinuous mode to continuous mode. Is it right or not?
Yes, ma'am.
It was clear to you or not? Can I explain again? By varying firing angle means by increasing the firing angle from minimum to maximum, our rectifier is going to be operated from discontinuous mode to conduction mode, continuous conduction mode. Is it clear? Or I have to explain again?
ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి మేడం.
Okay, right. So just wait.
Firing angle.
Please say loudly. Okay, right.
No.
Say, okay. So I will explain how our rectifier is going to be operated from discontinuous mode to continuous mode. Just wait. Actually, this is continuous mode. So we'll go for the discontinuous mode. First of all, tell me, this is discontinuous mode or not? All of you please see the waveforms carefully. The waveforms which is appearing in your screen is continuous or discontinuous?
డిస్కంటిన్యూస్ మేడం.
Is it clear to you
Continuous
first of
mode.
all? Is it only output voltage? Check
Yes,
it
ma'am.
once. Is discontinuous or continuous?
Discontinuous, ma'am.
So exactly discontinuous, no problem. What we are saying that whenever we are increasing the firing angle, our rectifier is moves from discontinuous to continuous. Is it right? First of all, observe the waveforms I have drawn here. I am saying the firing angle is here. Is it right? It is the firing angle instant for each off cycle. Is it right or not? Alpha, pi plus alpha, 2 pi
Yes,
plus
ma'am.
alpha. Right? Now, just assume what is the firing angle value here. Just approximately. Is it more than 90 or less than 90?
Less than 90. Ante 30 ఉండొచ్చు.
Clearly
than
less than 90. Approximately this value is nearby 30 to 60, right?
Ma'am.
32 or 50. So whenever you are drawing the waveform, just you are getting the output voltage like this. Just wait and don't observe all the remaining waveforms, just up to here only. By observing these waveforms only, we are saying that it is discontinuous. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because of the back EMF, you are getting a small portion. Is it right? Next,
అవును, ma'am.
what I am doing is I am increasing the firing angle. So what happens to these waveforms? That means I am increasing the firing angles to 60. Can you guess what is going to happen?
Discontinuous ఇంకా increase అవుతుంది కదా ma'am.
So, okay, right. You are saying that discontinuous is going to be increased a lot. Is it right?
Yes,
You are
ma'am.
saying that. Okay, right. I am taking as firing angle is more than 60, just like this. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
It is our firing angle for our present, right? Nearly and more than 60 from this. And next, this is also more than 60. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
If our firing angle is increased a lot, then what happens? Just think it once. What happens to these waveforms? You are getting the waveforms up to
ఫైరింగ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తే అంటే మధ్యలో పోర్షన్ కట్ అయిపోతుంది కదా మ్యామ్. అంటే కొంచెం లాగ్ వల్ల.
ఏ పోర్షన్ కట్ అవుతుందమ్మా?
ఇప్పుడు బీటా వరకు ఒకటి వచ్చి తర్వాత సమ్ పార్ట్ వదిలేసిన తర్వాత ఫైరింగ్ యాంగిల్ అనేది యాక్టివేట్ అవుతుంది కదా మ్యామ్.
చూడండి, నేను డ్రా చేసినట్టు వస్తుందా వేవ్ఫార్మ్ మీకు? Just observe the waveform which is drawn by me. Is it right? You will get the waveform like this or not?
ఇలా చేస్తుంది మ్యామ్.
Exactly na? And next, just I am avoiding this. Just wait. That means initially I am taking the firing angle is 30. Now it is 60. And now itself I am taking firing angle is more than 90. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Just wait. Now I am considering the firing angle is more than 90, just like this. Is it okay? Is more than 90 or not?
Ma'am.
Is it okay? So whenever you are drawing the output voltage, you will get the waveform like this. Is it right or not?
ma'am.
Right. Exactly. That means whenever the firing angle is increased, you are getting the output voltage is 0 in maximum cases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever the firing angle is increased, listen carefully. And next, what I am now doing is I am decreasing the firing angle. That means initially I am taking 30 now. So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
itself I am taking the firing angle is 0.
Okay, ma'am.
Just 0. Now tell me how the waveform is going to be existed for us.
అంటే ఇండక్టెన్స్ వల్ల లాగింగ్ అయ్యి అక్కడ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయిపోద్ది మ్యామ్. జీరో కదా మ్యామ్.
If 0 firing angle is there means there is no effect of beta. That means there is no possibility of extinction angle. Is that right? Remember and check it once. If firing angle is 0 means our output voltage starts from here onwards. That is just wait. I am taking the firing angle is 0 means the conduction starts from 0. And during this part, a overlap is going to be existed. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Here, like this, you are getting the voltage. It is a continuous, is it right? And
Yes, ma'am.
it is the last case for us. That is, we are taking the firing angle that is exactly equal to the extinction angle. Then think it once and tell me how the waveform is going to be existed. Our firing angle alpha is exactly equal to extinction angle.
అప్పుడు
Can you
ఓవర్లాప్
guess?
ఏమవుతుంది మ్యామ్? బీటా
Yes,
దగ్గర
that
నుంచి
means-
వేవ్ ఫార్మ్ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోద్ది మ్యామ్.
Exactly, you are getting the voltage like this. Sorry, it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
small disturbance. Is it clear?
మ్యామ్, yes, ma'am.
So it is continuous or discontinuous? Either it is continuous or discontinuous.
అంటే జీరోని దాటి వస్తుంది కాబట్టి డిస్కంటిన్యూస్ అని చెప్పాలి.
At the firing angle of 0, overlapping is done, but it is continuous.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And whenever your firing angle is equal to extinction angle, then you are getting continuous waveform. That means extinction angle is the border for us. Whenever your firing angle is more than the extinction angle, you will get the discontinuous waveform. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever your firing angle is less than the extinction angle, you are getting continuous waveform. Is it right? Now is it clear to you or not? Please respond.
అంటే ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ యాంగిల్ వరకు గనక మనం ఫైరింగ్ యాంగిల్ చూసుకుంటే అప్పుడు
You will get the
డిస్కంటిన్యూస్ మోడ్
continuous waveform.
వస్తుంది.
And after the extinction angle, whenever you are taking, you will get the discontinuous waveform, right? So,
Yes, ma'am.
whenever we are coming back to the same expression, just wait. Characteristics. Just wait.
మరి
Okay, just finish now. Actually, listen. Here, an arrow must be raised. That is, you have to indicate just like this. Up arrow. Now it is correct. A small mistake is there. That's why I have not drawn this here. Whenever you are increasing the firing angle, what happens to you? Your output voltage is moves from continuous mode to discontinuous mode. Is it right? Now itself I have explained to you.
ఇంక్రీజ్ చేసుకుని వెళ్ళే కొద్ది డిస్కంటిన్యూస్ వెళ్తుంది మ్యామ్. కంటిన్యూస్
Exactly. I am saying like that. That's why I am representing like this. Up arrow. From continuous mode to discontinuous mode. Okay?
అంటే
An
ఫస్ట్
arrow must be indicated like this.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
Okay? By seeing the waveforms does not say the firing angle is increased, it moves to discontinuous to continuous like that. Just put an arrow like this. Then the indication is by increasing the firing angle, our rectifier is going to be changed from continuous mode to discontinuous mode. Okay? And these are the waveforms of the speed for different values of the firing angles. Whenever you are providing different values of alpha, 0s, 30, 60, 90, 120, and 160, in the above expression we are getting, then you will get the waveforms like this. Okay? And please say to me, it is a 1 quadrant operation or 2 quadrant operation? By seeing the waveforms, you can tell me.
మ్యామ్ ఒకసారి
Okay, just wait. I will complete in just 2 minutes. Then I will clear your doubts.
Okay.
Just seeing the waveforms, please tell me it is a 1 quadrant operating drive or 2 quadrant operating drive. In which quadrants you are getting the output voltage waveforms? Either in 1 quadrant or 2 quadrants.
2 quadrants, ma'am.
That is first and fourth quadrants, right? So single phase fully controlled drive is going to be operated in 2 quadrants, right? It is a 2 quadrant drive. Note down the other name for this. 2 quadrant drive fed to DC motor is nothing but fully controlled rectifier. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, just wait.